Welcome to What's Up Wednesdays with Renee Weaver-Wright. Here we are on another blustery winter Wednesday. The saving grace, I think, is that spring is coming soon. My seed catalog came yesterday, and I've been starting to think about planting my garden and getting some new crops going for the summer, and what I'm going to do, what I'm going to put where, how I'm going to arrange it and everything. I kind of look at gardening a little bit like what we do with our students to help them grow. And I'd like to introduce you today to one of our staff members who is a gardener also, but also helps our students to grow, and that's Amy Rutledge. And Amy, you've been with us for how many years now?
10 years.
10 years, wow. You started out tutoring, helping us with our online tutoring that we did.
Yep.
And right now you have kind of an interesting role because you do enrollment part-time, and then you work with students part-time, teaching students. You're a teacher by background. When the students call in to enroll in our program, what are some of the common things that you hear them say or common concerns that they might have?
They concerned, like, are they too old for the program? We get a lot about that. Also, what documents do we need? And then, a lot of times, sometimes students may not have their original birth certificate. So then we're helping them along the way, like maybe telling them, okay, this is where you're going to have to go to get it.
Okay.
And then you'll have to get it to us at that point. So that's a lot of concerns with that because we seem to run into that quite a bit.
Do they ever ask questions about how the program actually works?
All the time.
Do
So we talk about each program and see which one is, a better fit.
A better fit. Whether it's My Virtual Academy, Step Up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Any of our programs.
Okay. Are they ever scared when they call in? Nervous?
I wouldn't say nervous. They're more inquisitive about, what's gonna, how's it gonna go, what's gonna happen, what's the process.
What's the process?
So, yeah.
I see, very good. And even though we're past our traditional enrollment time now for school, second semester has started, we still have the Step Up program that students can enroll in. And that's a program they can enroll in all year long, right? So
yes.
that they can, up to the age of 22.
22, yep.
And then after that, we do have our adult credit enrichment program that adults can complete their high school diploma.
Yep.
That is a private pay program, though, that individuals have to pay for themselves, whereas everything else is free with the programs. So with your teaching, what are some of the things that you do to motivate your students to get them through your classes? And we have to celebrate a little bit today because Amy had a graduate today.
I did have a graduate today, and I've had her for about 2 years, so she did finally complete today, and it was a milestone for her. So it was, very good. It was very good. So
and not to go into too much detail, but this was a student that had medical issues.
She was and
so she could work at her own pace, at her own time, and so that's why this program worked out so well for her.
Yes, it did.
So, and gosh, 2 years, you must feel like you've almost lost a friend without her.
Yes, I would contact her every week, make sure she was doing okay, and make sure everything was going okay with her. So
and you've never seen her, probably.
I did see her. I did meet her when I went to one of the face-to-faces for orientation.
Okay.
So so it was very nice to put a face. Name to a face. So
right, and we try to do those face-to-face orientations as much as we can, and you're always so great about going.
It is. I like to go to those a lot.
Yeah. Now, with the students, what do you say to motivate them to get them working and get them going?
Well, I always usually tell them, they're doing a great job. This is, this is where you are. You're at this grade, or if maybe the student might be behind a little bit. I try not to, you don't want to ever bring them down. You want to say, hey, you can do these 2 assignments. This will put you back on track, because they think like they have so much to get caught up on. They think maybe it might be 5 or 10 assignments. I'm like, no, it's only 2. And you could do 2 today, and then you're back on track. So, I just try to keep them uplifted and, saying, hey, some work is better than no work. Because then if you're doing no work, you're kind of putting yourself at a disadvantage for yourself, and then you don't want to do it at all at that point. So just try to, keep yourself motivated. It
was like that weeding we were talking about earlier. That if you do a little bit of weeding every day, the garden's not so bad.
And then eventually you catch up. So it's always good about that.
Right. One of my kids' elementary teachers used to say to the kids, yard by yard it's hard, inch by inch it's a cinch. And I always think of that with our students, that they do sometimes feel so overwhelmed with everything. But if they just do a little inch at a time, then
Right.
and you help them to see that
Sure.
a little bit.
And I do like, the fact that some of them, they see they got 3 classes. Some of them will say, this is too much for me. Can I do one at a time?
Mm-hmm.
So I like that, they have that option too, where they can
Right.
do that as well.
Right, we can modify the program
Right.
to meet their needs.
Right. And sometimes
What
that
they
makes
got.
them feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Where they can be, okay, I can just do this and get this done in a
Right.
couple weeks and move
Right.
on to the next one.
Yeah.
Which seems to work well a lot for my students as well.
Yeah, yeah. Our students have a lot of life going on.
Yeah.
that gets in the way sometimes of their
Yep.
schoolwork and their success, really. You
yep.
know. So, what would you say you like best about your enrollment position? Let's start with that one. What do you like best about that?
I like getting the phone calls or calling out to the students and, being like, okay, we have this program for you.
Mm-hmm.
Are you, interested in this? And then you get talking to them about, what happened in their life or why they aren't in school.
Uh-huh.
And then they start getting really excited about, oh yeah, I could do this. I could really do this. So then you're changing somebody's life.
Yeah.
So I kind of,
yeah.
I really enjoy that.
To make that
Yeah.
connection. And
Yeah.
help. And then, what would you say you enjoy most about the teaching end of things?
Most about the teaching, I really enjoy having my students.
Mhm.
I really enjoy connecting with them, finding out what their likes are, what their dislikes are.
Okay.
Not just calling them and say, hey, this is how you're doing in your class,
Yeah,
but really
yeah.
trying to connect with the student and get to know them on a personal level.
Mhm.
And they make them feel like they're your friend, and you're their teacher, and
Right.
you're a real person, not just somebody behind a computer.
Not that robot
Right.
that we're always having
Yeah.
to deal with. Yeah. So you've been with us through several graduation seasons. Do you
Yes.
have any favorite memories about graduation?
It's always good memories for graduation, and I don't have any kids of my own, so every time I go to these graduations, I tear up.
Oh.
So I'm always like, I'm tearing up again, So, but that's what always happens. I'm always so proud just to go to them to see they have really done this. They, and how excited they are that they have finally did it.
Yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's really what it's all about is to help those students grow and help them to accomplish something that maybe they never thought they could.
Right.
And maybe the first person in their family to
Yep,
accomplish
sure.
that. So, have you had any of our students, do you know, take advantage of the scholarship? Because we do offer that $500 scholarship to all of our students.
I mean,
So-
me personally, I haven't heard of any of my students use it, but I guess we don't really,
Yeah.
you don't
after
hear
that
a lot
point,
about that at
yeah.
that point. So, I mean, I would hope that they would take advantage of that.
Right.
So,
right, yeah.
I mean, it is a good opportunity for them to, go on to the next level.
Right. We've had over 500 kids, or I'm sorry, over 100 kids in the last year, 500 in the last 5 that have taken advantage of
good.
that. So, to go to a licensed school or college of their choice. So, we're excited always
Yeah.
about that. So, what advice would you give to a person who's looking for an online learning situation? Why would you tell someone they should choose us, I guess, in other words?
Well, I always, when I do talk to people, and I do have friends, that have actually joined, either program, and I told them, the differences between the programs that are out there and what my virtual academy is about. And, we are very personable people. We are constantly calling. We are making sure your students are on track. Contacting with the parents, every week or every other week to make sure they know what's going on with their student as well. Whereas I hear a lot of things coming from enrollment from a lot of these parents that say these other online programs that they have been in,
Right.
they never get a phone call.
Yeah.
They're always on hold. There's something going on, and I hear that a lot. And a lot of times with our program, I hear that. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. You're constantly contacting us. We really appreciate that. I have a mom that is always happy when I contact her each week
good.
about her son,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
thanks for contacting me. I really appreciate it. So,
I think our biggest complaint we get from parents sometimes is that we call them so much.
Right.
we hear that, which is just so funny,
it
because
is
that's what we're trying
sometimes,
to
but
do.
hey,
Yeah.
it's better to contact you than
Absolutely.
then you wonder
Absolutely.
why something happened or
Right.
didn't happen.
Right. We really work hard at trying to engage with the students and build that personal relationship above and beyond the academics, because that's really how we feel we touch lives
Yes.
in the best way and help our students to grow. So thank you so much, Amy, for the last 10 years for helping our students to grow and in so many different ways. And what a fun graduation it's going to be for you this year when
It
you
will
get to
be.
meet that student that graduated today.
Yes.
So
I'll have to go out to Vandercook for that one, so that will
Yeah.
be a good one.
yeah, that'll be a great one. So thank you so much for joining us on this What's Up Wednesday, and we look forward to seeing you again next Wednesday at 12:30. Thank you.